Hello, and it's December 1st already. Almost couldn't believe it. I was on a coaching call with a mentor earlier today, and I said, you know what would be really awesome and completely out of my comfort zone? Doing Vlogmas. Now, if you don't know what Vlogmas is, it is where YouTubers decide to post one video a day for the month of December. And today at 2 o'clock, I decided to do this and just commit next 30 days to spend it with you guys. So before we continue, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button so you don't miss another notification for our videos and what we're doing. If you are new to my channel or you've never seen my face before, hey guys, I'm Khierstyn. This channel is all about product launches, e-commerce, building your community online, and also what goes behind the scenes in my business and my life as we go to develop our empire. So a little bit about me. I am an Ironman triathlete, so I'm actually training for my second Ironman. You, in a few of our videos, are going to hear me talk about this, my dogs, and marketing strategy. So I do want this channel to be like a well-rounded approach, not just be all business and strategy, but actually pull back the curtain a little bit so you can see what it's like and what are some experiments and things that I'm trying behind the scenes that are working for me that I can share this information with you. So since this is the first day of Vlogmas, today's video is all about how to know when the best month is or when the best time to launch your product online is. Let's face it, 2020 was not the best year. And what we've seen in 2020, apart from the world almost ending, not really, but it sure felt that way at times. What we've seen in e-commerce is a lot of retailers having forced to shut their doors with COVID, with lockdown. During the first lockdown in March earlier this year, I'm in Toronto, so I can speak for like a lot of cities. Like we've experienced lockdown, and we just started our second wave of lockdown, which is super fun. But small retailers, luckily, were able to adapt and get online. So what was really cool about 2020 is seeing the increase in e-commerce. So what this means is that more and more products and business owners have had to shift online because you know what they say, you have to adapt and evolve or get left behind. So the ones that didn't close up their shops now are figuring out the online space. And if that's you watching this video, awesome. But either way, we've seen some massive shifts in e-commerce where fulfillment was hard to keep up with. You know, this year for Christmas, if you're an avid online shopper, you may have seen that there's just a backlog and things are just taking so much longer to get shipped to you. So one might say that 2020, if you haven't started selling online, now is better than ever to get online. But with that being said, if this is your first product, you may be asking yourself like, when is the best time to launch my product online? So there are a few things I like to look for when I talk to someone that has a new product and you're like, what is the best time? So the first thing, bad news, there is no right time to launch your product. Okay? Spoiler alert. But here are a few things you should consider when you're like trying to figure out what the best time of year is to launch your product. So first things first, if you are, a lot of people follow me in my work because I'm the, quote, crowdfunding queen. I did not give myself that title, but it's there. So if you're here because you're like, I want to do a Kickstarter campaign, Kickstarter follows different rules than selling online. So where we are, I'm recording this video December 1st, and we're in the middle of what's called Q4, or like the holiday season. And the holiday season is the busiest time of year for e-commerce because of Christmas and Black Friday and all those other sales. So a lot of sellers online and Amazon sellers they're going to make way more than they do in the entire year in this 2-3 month period that we're in right now because of e-commerce. So e-commerce, if you want to get in before the Christmas rush, the best time to launch a product, if you can, is not November, December. The best time is to give yourself a chance to actually prepare, start to get your reviews together, and start to get your marketing plan and that community built. So if you're looking you know, if your product launch just like lands on Q4, look to get that product launched no later than September. Okay, September 1st, latest, and then you can start to build up that traction, and you're going to have your product listed to start Q4 and taking advantage of those holiday sales into October. But if you've watched a few of our previous videos, I talk about how Q4, if you're doing a Kickstarter campaign, you do not want to launch in November or December. Why is this? Well, Kickstarter follows different rules. If you think of someone buying a product, most people have budgeted for products that they can buy and get for Christmas gifts or for Christmas itself. And the nature of a crowdfunding campaign is that typically you're doing a pre-order campaign. And pre-order means that people give you money now and have to wait 2, 3, 4 months before receiving product. So if you are selling a product in November, December that people can't get until after Christmas, guess what they're doing? Well, they're spending their budget and their attention is going to products they can get today. And you become kind of an afterthought or something they think about after Christmas. So in terms of like, I just said, and I think I just contradicted myself because I was like, all right, so if there's no right time to launch your product, there is a caveat to that in the Kickstarter crowdfunding world, or if you're doing a pre-sale campaign, is the wrong time to launch your product if you are doing pre-orders is going to be November, December, okay? But then where does that leave the rest of the year? Okay, so the rest of the year is you now have to look at, is your product seasonal? Is it something that is going to be top of mind? Okay, so for example, are you selling a beach towel in the middle of winter? If you are, how can you change your messaging in the conversation so that it's relevant for winter? Okay, because it may make sense that if you're doing a pre-order campaign where in January, February, you are launching a beach towel, then that would make sense as an investment someone would make in February if they're going to get their product in June, July, August, because they'll have it in time for the summer. So these are like factors to consider. You want to look at, is my product selling now? Like, are you launching it on Amazon or Shopify and it's available for like shipping immediately? And if so, cool, maybe the best time to launch would be just a little bit closer to that season. But the other thing to consider is if you're doing that Kickstarter campaign, think of when your customers are going to get the product, and that's where I would pick a launch date. But the last thing I'll leave this video on for day one of Vlogmas, December 1st, is that people launch too soon. So while it is great to get up and start making money, if you launch your product without an audience, you're going to be launching to crickets. So what that means is like, even if you're just launching on Amazon or you're launching on Kickstarter or you're launching on your own website, if you launch your product, it'll be an uphill battle to get traffic and get discovered by people. So what you want to do is spend a month or 2 months building awareness, focusing on building your tribe, building your community, and getting qualified buyers. Like, build a bit of an email list, build a bit of a following so that 1 or 2 months later, when you open your doors and you're ready to order, you have an instant source of traffic, okay? So you have sales that can come in on the first day, which is going to give you momentum. This is extremely important if you are doing Amazon or you're doing Kickstarter, because Amazon, being a marketplace, has thousands of sellers that are competing for a customer's attention. And the way that you get that attention is by proving to Amazon that you have a popular product with great reviews. And if you can prove that you have a product that is received well by their community, they're going to make you easier to find. So there's that side of things. But even if you're going on to Kickstarter, Kickstarter does not reward campaigns or products that are not doing well. Kickstarter has an algorithm that helps them decide which products are popular and which ones are like really being enjoyed by their community. And they'll then help that product get discovered by more people. The only way to do both of those things and to launch strong on both platforms comes down to you having your own audience. And even when you launch on Shopify and you're not launching on like a public marketplace like Amazon, you want to make sure that people actually want your product first. So this goes like way before even launching your product. Like step one, build an audience, make sure there's traffic, make sure there's traction before you invest in inventory. And even better, get people to pre-order your inventory through a pre-sale campaign. Yeah, that's it. So what I'm going to do, I've covered a lot of stuff here. So if you're looking to learn a little bit more about like pre-sale campaigns and how Kickstarter works and how to like build that audience for your product launch, I'm going to put a link in the description below this video that you can just click on that and watch just a free training on that. But apart from that, those are some factors to consider. But at the end of the day, don't wait until the perfect time to launch your product, because honestly, there is no perfect time. I've covered in this video a few high-level things to consider when launching your product, but at the end of the day, you should not wait for perfect timing. Things will work out. You can adapt and iterate as you go. There is no such thing as perfect. But anyway, guys, thank you for watching Vlogmas Day 1 on really this covered how the best time to launch your product. My boyfriend's making dinner in the back, so if you heard that, I am sorry, but this, in December, we're going to get intimate. You're going to learn a little bit more about my life. And so here it is. And hey, if you have a video or a question or topic that you want covered on this video, or on the, over the next 30 days, then drop it in the description and I'll do my best to get back to you guys and actually get that video posted. Apart from that, thanks for watching. We'll see you for day 2 tomorrow.